Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my third video on NMR spectroscopy. Previously I have uploaded two videos on this topic and that were based on how to calculate chemical shift value or coupling constant value for organic compound and about how to calculate the Larmor frequency of NMR active nuclei. The second video was on structure elucidation of organic compound. In this topic, I will mainly solve some previous year CSIR NET as well as GATE questions based on how to calculate the number of proton NMR peaks or 13C peaks arises in NMR spectrum. So before starting to solve the questions, I want to mention that if you are new in this channel, then please subscribe it and stay tuned. So let's start the question. This question came in June 2019 for 2 marks. The question was given as the number of 1H NMR signals observed for the following compound. We have to identify the number of 1H signal for this compound. And this compound is drawn like this. Now we have to see that how many equivalent CH bonds is there in the compound. Now for this compound, if we operate C2 symmetry, C2 rotational symmetry operation along the Ci atom and rotate this molecule, we can see that this will come here, this will come here, this will come here. So Ca will be equivalent to Cf, Cb will be equivalent to Ce, Cd will go here and equivalent to Ch, and Cc will be equivalent to Cg. So there are, and this will remain as it is. So there are 5 different type of carbon atoms. Since this carbon atom does not contain any hydrogen atom, so there will be 4 types of equivalent CH bonds, and for these 4 types of equivalent CH bonds there will be 4 signals in 1H NMR spectrum. We have to be careful because in the question it was given the signals 1H NMR signals. If it was given as 13C signal, it will be 5. But since this carbon atom, B carbon atom does not contain any hydrogen atom, so there will be only 4 signals in the 1H NMR spectrum. So option number B is the correct answer. Similarly, this question was asked in June 2018 for 2 marks. Here it was asked how many signals observed in the 13C NMR spectrum of this compound. Similarly, as the previous one, we have to calculate how many equivalent carbon atoms is present within this molecule. Now, if we consider a sigma plane passing through ED and CF plane, this will bisect the molecule into 2 halves, and for that this A carbon will be equivalent to G carbon and this B carbon will be equivalent to H carbon. So we can see that there is 6 different chemically equivalent carbon atoms corresponding to these 2 are equivalent and these 2 are equivalent. That means for this 4 carbon atom there will be 2 equivalent carbon atoms and these 4 will be different carbon atoms. So as a whole there will be 6 carbon atoms and number of signals in 13C spectrum will be 6. So option number C is the correct answer. This question was asked in December 2017 for 2 marks. In the question we have to calculate the number of signals observed in the proton decoupled 13C NMR spectrum of this biphenyl system. Now due to presence of this 4 methyl group attached at the alpha position of these 2 phenyl ligand, these two benzene ring in this biphenyl system cannot be in the same plane, and for this reason this benzene ring, this side is somewhat upward and this side is somewhat below the plane. Now we have to calculate the number of equivalent carbon atoms that will correspond to the number of lines observed in the 13C NMR spectrum. To calculate this, we have to see it carefully that how many symmetry operations is present within the molecule. Now from the structure of this molecule, we can see there is a C2 axis passing through this carbon atom along the x-axis. This is x-axis, this is y, this is z-axis. If we consider a C2 axis passing through this carbon atom, we can see for this rotation along the C2 axis, this carbon will be equivalent to this one, this will be equivalent to this one, subsequently this will be equivalent to this one, and this is equivalent to this one, and these two methyl are equivalent and these two methyl are equivalent. This is written here. Now if we can imagine the C2y axis passing through the along the y axis, we can see that for the rotation along the y axis passing like this, for the rotation along the y axis we will observe that this B carbon will be equivalent to this L carbon, this C carbon will be equivalent to K carbon, since the molecule is rotated along the y axis, and it will go to this one, this carbon will go to this one, so they are equivalent. Similarly, D will be equivalent to J, F will be equivalent to H, and E will be equivalent to I, and similarly 1 will be equivalent to 4 and 2 will be equivalent to 3. These are written here. You can at the last you will take a screenshot so that you can solve these questions by yourself at the last. Now we have to consider or imagine about the C2Z axis along the Z axis, that is along the above plane. For this CZ axis, if you rotate the molecule along this CZ axis along the from above the plane, that is along the Z axis, you will see that this F carbon will be equivalent to this L carbon, since if you rotate the molecule, this carbon will go to this carbon, this will go to this one, and they are equivalent. Similarly, this will go to this carbon, they are equivalent, this carbon will go to this carbon, and this will go to this carbon, so they are equivalent. And on the other hand, for the methyl group, for the rotation along the Z axis, this 2 methyl group will be equivalent to this 4, and this 1 will be equivalent to this 3, and this A will be equivalent to this G carbon. So as a whole, we can see that these 4 methyl groups are equivalent, these 4 carbon atoms are equivalent, these 4 carbon atoms are equivalent, these 2 are equivalent, and these 2 are equivalent. So as a whole, there is 5 types of different equivalent carbon atoms, so there will be 5 lines. So please take a screenshot of the whole page so that you can do the question by yourself. That is the option number A is the correct answer. Now the next question was asked in June 2017 for 2 marks. In the question, it is given that the 13C NMR spectrum of DMSO D6 gives a signal at 39.7 ppm. We have to calculate the number of lines present in the signal. Now from the structure of DMSO D6, we can see that the 6th hydrogen atom of DMSO, that is dimethyl sulfoxide, is substituted by deuterium atoms. For deuterium atom, I is equal, spin quantum number is equal to 1. Now from the structure we can see that there is a sigma plane along the S and oxygen atom, which will divide the molecule into two halves. For that reason this carbon will be equivalent to this carbon atom. Now this 13C nucleus, the 13C isotope of this carbon atom will be will couple with the deuterium atom, and for that signal arises in the 13C spectrum. Now the number of signal or number of line present in the 13C NO spectrum follows the rule of 2Ni plus 1. Since N is equal to 3 here and I is equal to 1 for deuterium, so the number of line will be 7, that is septate. So the option number D is the correct answer. The next question is very important question. It came in June 2019 for 4 marks. The question was given as the reaction of styrene with HBr gives a mixture of regioisomers A as major and B as minor product. The 1H NMR spectrum of the mixture shows 4 signals amongst others at delta is equal to at this 4 value with relative integration of 2:1:1:6 respectively. We have to calculate the molar ratio of A and B. Now the reaction of styrene with HBr gives 2 products. This is A and this is B. This product is formed following the Markovnikov addition of HBr with olefin, and it will pass through a more stable carbocation and will give this isomer as a major product. On the other hand, if proton attached at the benzylic position, the primary carbocation is formed which is less stable and gives B as the minor product. Now from the given delta value we can say that the 5.17 ppm value corresponds to this benzylic hydrogen atom at which electronegative bromine atom attached. The 2.0 peak corresponds to this methyl group, and 3.53 ppm value corresponds to this benzylic protons, and 3.15 value corresponds to this CH2 proton at which bromine atom is attached. Now from the given integration ratio, the peaks corresponding to this delta value, the integration ratio is 2:1:1:6. This is given in the question. Like 5.17, this ppm value corresponds to this integration ratio. I have written it like here. Now we can see that 5.17 value corresponds to 1 hydrogen atom, 3.53 value corresponds to 2 hydrogen atom, 3.15 corresponds to 2 hydrogen atom, and 2.0 value corresponds to 3 hydrogen atom. These two peaks, 3.53 and 3.15 peaks, corresponds to B isomer, and these two peaks corresponds to A isomer. Thus for B isomer, this 1 integration ratio corresponds to 2 hydrogen atom, and for A isomer, this 2 integration ratio corresponds to 1 hydrogen atom. So for B isomer, for 1 hydrogen atom corresponds to 0.5, since 2 hydrogen atom corresponds to 1 integration ratio, for 1 hydrogen atom it is 0.5, and for A isomer 1 hydrogen atom corresponds to 2 unit. So the molar ratio of A and B is equal to 2:0.5. So the answer is 4:1. Is it alright? The option number B is the correct answer. Next, I will solve some previous year GATE questions on NMR spectroscopy. This question is asked in GATE 2017 for 1 mark. In the question, it is given that the 13C NMR spectrum of acetone D6 has a signal at 30 ppm as a septate. We have to calculate the intensity ratio of the septate peak. Now the structure of acetone D6 is like this, and since these two carbon atoms are equivalent due to sigma plane passing through carbon and oxygen atom, and this carbon nucleus 13C nucleus present in the carbon will be coupled with the deuterium atom and will give the signal. Since for deuterium I is equal to 1, it will split the carbon 13C nucleus as following the 2ni plus 1 rule, that is will give 7 lines, that is septate. Now the question is we have to calculate the intensity ratio for the septate peak. Since for deuterium I is equal to 1, that is I is greater than half, intensity ratio of peaks will follow the non-Pascal's triangle. Now according to non-Pascal triangle, if n is equal to 1, n is equal to number of NMR active nuclei is equal to 1, then there will be following the 2na plus 1 rule, there will be triplet and the intensity ratio will be 1:1:1. If n is equal to 2, there will be quintet, the intensity ratio will be 1:2:3:2:1. And if n is equal to 3, then there will be septate and the intensity ratio will be 1:3:6:7:6:3:1. It can be calculated like this. For n equal to 1:1:1, then for quintet peak we have to write the 1, then we have to sum up these 2, then we have to sum up all the 3, then the remaining 2, then last this one. If for septate peak we can calculate like this, 1 is written here, we have to add this first 2 data, it is 3, then this 3 data, it will be 6, then we have to add this 3 data, that is 7, then similarly we have to go like this, 3 2 1 6, 2 1 3, and 1 will be here. So the answer is option number B. Is it clear? Okay. The next question is asked in GATE 2019 for 1 mark. We have to calculate the number of signals in 1H NMR spectrum observed for this complex. Now to calculate the number of signals in proton NMR, we have to calculate the number of equivalent CH bonds present in the molecule. Now from the structure we can see that there will be a sigma plane passing through the middle of this CH2 bond along this carbon, this C carbon atom, and the plane will contain also this methyl group, that is, and it will bisect the molecule into 2 halves, and for that this methyl group will be equivalent, these 2 CH bonds will be equivalent, and these 2 CH2 group will be equivalent. That is, for this sigma plane there is 1 2 and 3 equivalent CH bonds. This will give another peak. For this methyl group will give another peak, that is 5. Number of equivalent CH bonds is equal to 5, and for that reason number of NMR signal will be 1H NMR signals will be 5. This is a numerical answer type questions. Okay, this is the last question for this video. It was asked in GATE 2020, that is this year, for 1 mark. Now we have to calculate the number of peaks exhibited by the measured product obtained from this reaction in the broadband proton decoupled 13C NMR spectrum. That means we have to calculate the number of different equivalent carbon atoms present in P, which is generated by the reaction of two equivalent sodium hydride and methyl iodide with this compound. Now the reaction of this with two equivalent sodium hydride and two equivalent methyl iodide will give this product. That is, since these hydrogens are acidic, there is no proton and there is two alpha hydrogen that are acidic, this two equivalent base will abstract this two hydrogen atom and that will attack SN2 in SN2 favor to give this product. Now we have to see that how many different chemically equivalent carbon atoms is present within this molecule. Now I have numbered the carbon atoms like this. If we see carefully, then we can observe that there is a sigma plane passing or containing this methyl carbon, this one, and this one. So we can consider a sigma plane containing these carbon atoms, and it will bisect the molecule, for which A will be equivalent to E, B will be equivalent to D, and these two methyl will be equivalent since it will bisect the molecule into two halves. They are enantiomeric, so they will be equivalent. So for these three carbon atoms will give three peaks. These carbon atoms will appear at different chemical environment. So these carbon atoms will give different peak. So for these three carbon atoms there will be three peak, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There will be 5 different carbon atoms for which there will be another 5 peaks. So as a summation there will be 8 lines or 8 peaks in the 13C spectrum. This is a numerical answer type question, so the answer is 8. So that's all for this video. In this video I have solved some previous year questions on NMR spectroscopy of CSIR NET as well as GATE examination. If you like this video, then please share it and subscribe to my channel. And in the next video I will solve few previous year questions on anisomeric effect and 31P NMR and F19 NMR spectroscopy. So thank you.